Do at-home skin devices work, or are they just expensive gadgets collecting dust? Let's find out. Today, I'm ranking anti-aging skincare devices from best to worst as a dermatologist and explaining which ones are worth your time and which ones I'd skip. Before we start, a quick disclaimer. No at-home device will replace in-office procedures or surgery. These tools I look at as more supportive, not corrective. They can improve skin quality, tone, and firmness, but they won't dramatically lift or resurface skin. When you understand their role, they can be very helpful in your routine. I'm ranking devices based on scientific evidence, safety, consistency of results, risk versus reward, and I'm only going to be discussing devices that I'm personally familiar with. Let's start with devices that I'm okay with. In third place, we have at-home Hydrafacial-Style devices, specifically the Shark Beauty tool. This can be helpful for gentle exfoliation and hydration. There are some decent studies showing the benefits of an in-office hydrofacial procedure, but limited with at-home versions. Now, these won't dramatically change aging, but they can improve texture, they can enhance product absorption, they could support barrier health. I specifically mentioned the Shark Beauty brand because it has safety mechanisms in place to avoid any over-suctioning or over-exfoliation of the skin or hurting your skin barrier. I'd give at-home hydrofacial devices a 7 out of 10. I think of it more as maintenance, not transformation. Next is microcurrent. So microcurrent uses low-level electrical currents to stimulate facial muscles and ATP production. And this can help with temporary lifting, improved muscle tone, reduced puffiness. There are potentially long-term benefits with lifting with consistent use. And there are some studies, they're small, but there are studies to support the use of microcurrent. We definitely do need more. There are a few microcurrent brands I like out there. I am a fan of the Zip Halo. I also like NuFace. TheraFace has a nice one too. I think the results are subtle and require consistency, but when used properly, microcurrent can be a nice supportive tool. I'd give microcurrent devices an 8.5 out of 10. And coming in at number 1 is red light therapy. This is the strongest evidence-based at-home device we have right now. Red light supports collagen production, reduced inflammation, improved skin texture, cellular energy, and when used consistently, red light can improve overall skin quality and resilience. When it comes to red light masks, there are a lot of different brands out there. A few that I use and stand behind are the TheraFace or TheraBody mask. I'm also a fan of Current Body as well as Omnilux. I'm also a big fan of red light caps or helmets when it comes to rejuvenating your hair follicles. And I'm a fan of the iRestore helmet as well as the Capitalist cap. It's not instant, but it's reliable. I'd give red light therapy a 9 out of 10. Now I have 3 devices that all fall into the worst at-home devices category. There are 2 that I'm specifically cautious about and 1 that I think is an absolute no. So I'm cautious about at-home microneedling as well as at-home laser hair removal. At-home microneedling does carry a higher risk of irritation, infection, pigmentation issues when done incorrectly. I actually will still rate this a 4 out of 10. It's not a 0 because I do think that at-home microneedling can be used safely if people know how to use them and if they clean the devices properly. When it comes to at-home laser removal devices, those can also be unpredictable, especially for those with more melanated or hyperpigmentation prone skin. I will rate this a 4 out of 10. So I'm not giving it a 0 because it can work great for some people. And there are actually some brands out there that have safety mechanisms in place, especially for those with darker skin. So I would pay attention to those. But in general, I put these both in the higher risk, less predictable reward category. Now for my least favorite at-home device, it's the pore suctioning devices. Those are all bad. They can damage your skin barrier and even cause vascular or vessel damage, causing you to have redness that may or may not be permanent. I give these a 0 out of 10. There are much safer ways to clear your pores, whether it's through chemical exfoliation, manual extraction, patches that can soften the contents of your pores. One of my favorites actually is the Personal Day Unplugged Blackhead Melting Nose Strips. Those nose strips are actually super gentle on the skin. They're not going to rip your skin barrier and they melt the contents of your pores right there. So now how do you choose the right device for you? Well, you want to ask yourself these questions. What am I trying to address? Texture, tone, firmness? Am I willing to use this consistently? Is the risk worth the benefit? Devices should complement your skincare, not replace it. If this breakdown was useful, be sure to grab the list of products in the description box and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.